be at least moderately okay. Okay. Why is my audio going through that? Let me make sure that everything's okay over here and over on the TikTok. But if you're just joining— hi TikTok, by the way. Oh god. Oh no. Wait. Why is this doing what it's doing? Stop. Okay, I'm just gonna leave that alone. I don't know what it's doing, and I'm scared. We're just joining. Hi, hello. We are just getting started, so excuse me, this is, disorganized evil at the moment. I gotta make sure the audio over here— don't! Stop! Why are you doing these things, YouTube? Stop! Cease! I feel very awkward right now because everything is off. I wanted to start an hour ago, but then some things happened and it's like, nothing bad, just I was very unimpressed. Like, this is what I waited all day for? Really? 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 Okay. Alright. Hey Soul, what's up? Hi Vay. Hello. Let me get the thing out in Discord. But tonight, just to kind of get this out of the way while I'm waiting for that to come up, tonight we're doing something a little, not super different, but, I invite you guys to come along, join. If you're— let me get a new page up. Don't mind this. What you're seeing over on TikTok, you do not see shit and you will not say anything about it. You won't tell anybody about it. Not a soul! That's for people to find out next week! You didn't see anything. I can't English, yay. Another Dragonite male fan art. Oh yeah, totally, oh no. Yeah, Ah, no, you caught me. Oh no. I am so ashamed. Even if I was, there would be no shame. There's no shame. Alright. Hold up. Hello! Excellent, it's working. Alright, let me bring everybody over from Twitch and YouTube real quick. Which I'm live over there, by the way. There's, when you join the live over on TikTok, you will see my little ats or things. That's her secret. It's always Dreadeye male fan art. Slowly repopulating Twitter and Twitter and Tumblr with varieta. No, but welcome to tonight's Let's Draw. I know it's a little late. I try to start at like 9:30ish, but things happened. Midnight coffee. Yes, because I can tolerate it. And also it has cinnamon in it, so yay. Tonight's a little different. We're not working on a project or anything. This is actually going to be edited down and a few other things are going to happen. It's going to be thrown in the pot and stirred and chopped and then thrown at a wall and blasted with fire. No! If you are looking to start drawing or start sketching and you're like, I want to do this for me, or I, want to improve my skills, whichever option, whichever path you choose, it's a choose your own adventure dealio, right? You gotta start with your basics. Gotta start with your essentials. In other words, that was the vegetables. That tells you where my brain's at. I'm just like, vegetables. You gotta start with your essentials, which is not using the hard eraser first thing off the fucking spot. Get the pencil you like. You can do this on paper too, either way. The only reason I'm not doing this on my journals or anything like that is because that camera does not have a clip anymore, and the camera that does have a clip is god's awful. Legitimately, it is so oversaturated with absolute... I don't know. I don't know what it's saturated with. It's awful. But no, your basics, which is, at least for me, it's doing shapes and things like that, you know, just like doing simple squares and stuff like that. Just getting comfortable with whatever pencil or pen you're using and just making a bunch of shapes. And it, like, oh, it seems goofy, but you learn to get comfortable with your pencil, whatever it may be, right? You can make some fun things, do some fun stuff. Maybe you can be a little abstract and such, so on and so such. But I wanted to start a series on YouTube that not so much of a how-to draw, but more like pushing people into, okay, here's some things you can do to practice every once in a while when you get time to improve your skill, because there's something that peeves me off a lot when I hear people complain about, oh, I want to draw, but I, you know, I don't have talent, or that crap. I'm at a loss. I'm trying to find the right words, but it's not coming to me. No. I personally do not believe in talent. It is a skill. It's a skill set. And some people have better pattern recognition than others, so they're more, I almost want to say attuned. No. They have more points in their skill tree for art. The more skill points in there. No. Honestly, that is a great way to think about it. Think of it like a skill tree. You're not putting points into it. You're not practicing, you know? And that's all it is. Literally, it's just practicing. Something I've learned over the past few months and just kind of been rolling with is not just to make it exist first and foremost, but to not get so hung up on, oh, I gotta do a study before I do that thing that I've been wanting to do, or this project that I really want to work on, or this really cool idea that I work on. Make that project, make that whatever it is that you want to work on, the study. If there's something you don't understand that you want to do, look it up. Find a video on it, which I need to put together a full comprehensive, because over the past month I've just been putting together this huge ass list. I'm on like 5 pages now of like resources and things for people to like take a look at. It's gonna be a fucking monster of shenanigans. So, but no, just go out throughout your page and just draw like squares and triangles and little things, circles primarily. You just, and don't even care about how messy they are. Like, if they're super big, super small, medium. Draw some cubes. Cubes are gonna be your best friend, by the way. Cubes are gonna be your best friend. There's a website, and I need to find it. And it's really neat. It has a 3D cube and a 3D sphere that you basically turn around and round. You can go up, you can go down, and it showcases lighting and stuff, especially for the sphere, because if there's one thing that I hated to do in art class during school, is this one teacher was so obsessed with having us draw spheres and then doing light studies on them. I absolutely hated it. As a kid into being a teenager, I was like, and it was all the time. Like, I understand the purpose of it now, you know. You're teaching line, weight, and values. But we're not going to talk about that tonight. Just literally fill your pages or page with nonsensical shapes. Do some 3D shapes as you please, you know? Literally just getting comfortable with whatever tool you're using. Now, I like to use the Artemis Big Boy just because, or any of the Artemis sets. If you are on like Clip Studio Paint, that's really good. If you're on Krita, which by the way, Krita is free. I highly advise using Krita. It's a great starter program. It's also industry standard in regards to animation, which the irony of that is not lost upon me. That is not lost upon me. I personally don't care for Krita just because I did not have the greatest experience with it. It would, for me, when I used it, it constantly crashed on me. It was like, what the fuck? Now, it seems like they've updated it and made it a bit more stable. I don't know if they've updated the animation program at all. I hope they did. It's always been super messy. Super chopped. God, there was this one teacher I had towards the later end of high school. And the thing was, they kept shoving me into classes that was like, okay, history of art, history of religious art, history of, and never just like art classes. I never understood that. Like, okay, I get it. Can through my entire time in frickin' public school is like, oh, you're just gonna take the writing classes and stuff and reading. You're not actually going to be doing any painting or drawing or anything like that until I started getting homeschooled, and then it was like, okay, cool. And then the teachers, and when I say homeschooled, it wasn't just like my mom sitting down going, okay, today we're, no, my mom was like, okay, you've got a classroom that you got to sign in at like 8 in the morning, and you need to talk with your teachers, and then you need to go do this and make sure you email them, and then, you know, I had other, like, I did have teachers that were like, hey, what you doing? Right. I don't want people to get the idea that, you know, the a like the characteristic of the homeschool kid being like hyper religious and super weird, and their parents are like these weird cultish Abrahamic people. No, far from it. I was the kid who was obsessed with the human brain, of just like, psychology, ooh, murder. Yay! I'm gonna go shadow a detective for a year. Bye! Okay, kid, whatever. Wait, what? Oh, dear. Oh, yay, Automod caught one. Destroy him. Destroy them! Oh, dear. But there was this one art teacher that I had when I finally started getting into classes that were actively like, okay, we're gonna draw things. Like, oh, finally. My god. It's literally been 10 years since I've been in a class like this. This dude would, and nothing's wrong with it, I just find it funny now because of how, even though it was annoying to me, I think what made it more annoying was just because of the people I was around, you know, family members and all that. But this dude would have us do an entire page, both physical and digital media, of just circles every single day. Just sit here and just draw lines and lines of circles. And the goal was, by the time that you got to the bottom page, that your circles, number one, you wouldn't be doing like these obsessive, like round, 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 round things. It would just be like one, two. And you would have them in light and damn near perfect. Either drywall nibbler. How's the drywall treating you? Drywall nibbler. At least it isn't the window licker. Oh, dear God. But no, he would have us doing lines and lines of circles. Oh, it sounds like hell. It was. Especially when you have, like, a family member who's, like, constantly looking over your shoulder and, like,
Why are they making you do this? This seems like a waste of money. This is a waste of time.
it's like, you know, I'm just gonna keep drawing circles to piss you off, so shut the fuck up. I'm more of an ice muncher. Oh dear. But no. But yeah, lines and lines of circles until you only did it in two things and they were nice and light. Because what it was consistency, learning pressure, and I think it's just practicing like the motion of like not, because a lot of people were like, oh, I'm just gonna like lift it up and then I'm not sure, and I'm just gonna do this, and oh, I'm not sure. I saw a lot of people do that, and I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. Just fill out a page like this now and then. Just reinforce like shapes. It's not super important, but it is good for muscle memory. You're literally just training your brain. You're training your brain and your hand to do basic things. And once you get those basic things like set, you're fine. You're good. My brain cannot handle that. I need to do 5 drawings at once or else I get bored. Now, see, I have to focus on one thing. I have to focus on one thing or else I'm bouncing off the walls and then I'm just getting upset at myself because I can't do one thing. Wait until she learns how to draw triangles. It'll blow her mind. Oh, you mean das? Oh, boy. Oh, wow. I just do, hey, doodles, it's whatever gets you to draw, you know? Whatever gets you to draw. That's the point. No. The real kicker. One of these days, I'm gonna have to do, like, the perspective cube. Do you guys know what the perspective cube is? I don't think I'm gonna do a good job of doing it, because it's been a while since I've done it. I've only done it, like, 3-4 times, maybe. The perspective cube is a lovely little thing that you use to help with, like, gauging where you're going to put things. I'm gonna have to pull up another guide of it one day and redo that entire study. I'll stream it for you guys and we can do it together. Hand in hand. With enough antidepressants. Hand in hand, we will get through this. Oh, geez. Basically, let me give you a little... So, you have a cube, and I'm gonna draw, like, a really small one right here. Just boop. He's a little guy. It's Tiny Box Tim, everyone. Shabada. And the entire point is you're supposed to, like, frame it somehow within a bigger box by just using that smaller box. like this. And you're supposed to like imagine it moving around and how things look within this box. Like where your lighting is coming from. Right? So imagine like this box is showcasing the light. We're moving it around and then we have another thing right here, so that shadow is going to move over here to the top side. Who knew shapes could get complex? Overly complex. Ah. But no. I'm gonna go ahead and leave that page right here. But get comfortable. Just throw down. Maybe you'll do the same thing that my teacher had me do for 2 years, and that is just fill the entire page from side line to line to line to line to line with circles. You can do that if you so please. I'm just a person who is suggesting things. I am not the end all be all. I'm just here to show you some stuff to practice tonight, to exercise when you are like, man, I'm feeling shitty. I need to like do something to exercise. I feel like my hand-eye coordination sucks. Whatever, what have you. Or maybe you just want to do something that isn't like super, I don't know, intensive. It's whatever. It's an exercise. It's practice. Here's the one that's gonna make you want to pull your hair out. Here's another one. Once we graduated from circles, here's one that I'm pretty sure everyone has either A, done, or B, you see as absolute hell. Oh, you draw Chiba faces. Ah. Hey, if it works, it works. So another thing that he would have us do, I'm just going to keep it at a 17. I'm still using my Artemis Big Boy. And it's both on digital and on physical, because this guy was a stickler for having both. In one stroke, you are going to make... Hold on, let me zoom in a little bit. You are going to make these curved lines for an entire thing in just one thing. You're not doing this number going back and forth. You're literally just doing this for an entire line. And you can do it like either really hard or really light. I just put on light pressure. The thing is, when you get to go to the next line, you don't... Here's the deal. I'm doing this with my right hand, so either way. So I'm going left to right, right? Now we're gonna go right to left. And you just do that until all your curved lines are looking similar. Arthritis 101. Welcome. Yippee. New vid title? Yeah. I'm writing that one down. How to accrue arthritis with art. Tip number 1. Don't stretch. Number 2. Don't eat bananas. Number 3. Put your hand in a blender. Oh, God. But no. We would just do entire pages of these curved lines until they all looked similar. It just looks like a bunch of fish gills at a point. It just all blurs together. It's like, oh, it's another line. It's another line. More lines. More lines, yes. It's also one hell of a way to keep a class fucking silent, let me tell you. But yeah. You can do these. Or you can be truly psychotic and just do these, which is just a straight set of lines parallel to each other all the way down. Or you can do them like this, still parallel to each other. In rows if you want, with varying length or varying line weight until you're comfortable. Right? You want to know something little funny? My favorite, like, background type? Because I'm the kind of person who puts my characters into a white or gray void. I love it. My favorite thing to see when people are, like, trying to avoid doing that, my favorite background type is, like, the crochet basket weave thing. I love this. I don't know why. It's just very aesthetically pleasing to me. I don't know where it stems from, but I love this. This I like. I like this.
Depends.
Right? But, or you can go sideways. You can also do these sideways parallel lines, which actually we did this quite a bit in class. It's something that was really cool. Well, at least I think it was cool. He would bring out like a huge ass photo of like a landscape or something, and then it would be like, okay, I want you to draw this by using, you know, just straight or curved lines, right? And they'd look chopped as fuck, but it was still kind of fun to do. Yeah, you like the basket weave lines? I love those when people use them. It's so simple yet so great. It's neat. It's very neat. But you could actually make a lot of stuff with these. You can make a lot of stuff with just one line. Ta-da! Super light. Super light. Oh, another fun one. Another fun practice. Making trees. Trees with every art streamer I find always has such a good good, not annoying voice, and it pisses me off. I sound like an anime. Well, I'm gonna take that as a compliment that I don't sound horrible. An anime girl or a 12-year-old boy on a good day. Oh no. Oh gods. An anime girl. Oh jeez. Oh no. Can only imagine how that goes. Oh man. Make these little curly lines. And you can do like little circles too, like little spirals. That works too. But make these little curly lines and you kind of just draw trees with them, right? super cool. That's a fun practice to do. If you ever feel like you want to do something different and still want to do like a study or whatever, just grab a small background or find some pictures of trees on I use Pinterest a lot, but there's also sketchdaily.com is really good. It has a lot of vegetation that you can draw. You know, curly whirlies. Yeah, it's not exactly a great thing. Yeah, yeah. There we go. That's another great study. Or, I mean, it could be a study. Once again, do not limit yourself. Don't sit there and be like, oh, I've got to do these studies in order to do this project or make this thing that I want. You are limiting yourself to bullshit, essentially. I have nothing profound to say about that aside from it's bullshit. It's a bullshit mentality that you should not keep yourself locked in, because then you're gonna sit there and be like, but I'm not good enough to make this because I didn't do X, Y, and Z. Make that thing that you want to create the study. Make that the study. Learn doing that. You know? There's no point in just, like, wasting time and being like, oh, but I wish. Oh, but I fucking do it, bruh. I actually miss doing trees like this. I actually miss doing trees like this. Man. Oh dear. Thing is, doing landscapes like this is kind of, it's either really relaxing or it's super nerve-wracking, because it's like you gotta zoom in. You know, little treat. I like to poke a ton of dots on a paper, connect them, and turn them into a creature. Hell yeah. And then there's always the either it's really fun for some people or really stressful, i.e., aka me, hatching. Which can either look really good or can look really bad. I very rarely use this form of hatching at all. I wonder if I have a sharper pencil I can use. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. Let me use my charcoal. Let me see how this looks. I haven't used this pencil in forever because I've started using a ink pen for my line work last month. It looks so good. It looks so fucking good. Ah. Though I do love my charcoals a lot. I like my charcoal. God, I'm actually forgetting how many forms of hatching there are, because there's like several. I have forgotten. Oh, wait. Yeah, there's pressure hatching too. Oh, fuck. It's been a while since I've done something like that. That's quite simple. You're just kind of spacing things out. You're spacing out all your lines and stuff. Right? This is especially good for if you're deciding to do a more detailed work on, like, let's say you're drawing animals or furry characters or what have you. And yes, I do mean that kind of furry. Listen, it's an art stream. We're not allowed to judge. There is no judgment here. There's only learning. And then you come back through and you press down a little bit harder, either with your pencil or your stylus, and you kind of, you know, make more. Do you need help with the door? You got it? Okay. That's why I chew on ice, because nom, you know, yeah. got a frozen monster ice cube in my mouth. Okay. Like Monster energy drink ice cube? Hmm. Oh. The furry drawings. We accept the furries. They keep the art economy going. They really do. Oh. Man, this just tells you, because I only joined Tumblr recently, so I was never there for like the Tumblr fights or, sexy guy, internet sexy guy, whatever it is nowadays. I sound old. It's an energy drink. Okay, yeah, the monster. Okay, gotcha. But freaking, what was I gonna say? Something about furries. No, I did not realize that there was this thing where people, and it's not necessarily like a judgment thing, but to be like, oh, you're a big fan of like Percy Jackson or Warrior Cats, or I recently learned that this is a book series, The Wings of Fire, I think it is. Wings of Fire. It's like dragons and stuff. Apparently, I missed that. I missed the rollout on that because I actually, believe it or not, was a big Warrior Cats reader back in the day. The Hunter books, and then I read her. Isn't the author's name Hunter Aaron or Aaron Hunter? I don't remember too well. I know it's Hunter something. But the Warrior Cats books, I used to be a big fan of that. Is carrying all that. And now we have naked animal people. Yep. And I know YouTube is censoring that just because of the other word. Throw a C in there. Well, actually a K. Then it'll think you're talking about the band. You like Wings of Fire and Warrior Cats? Yeah. Oddly enough, I was never, like, even... Because here's the deal. I've been drawing since I was a kid, right? I never... Yeah, it's Aaron Hunter. Okay, so I wasn't too far off the mark. So I was never, like... Oddly enough, I never did, like, fan arts or OCs of those. Because at the time, I was super big into, like, PWI, Final Fantasy, and then, World of Warcraft. I was starting to get into World of Warcraft. And I was making fan arts of those in my little booklets. Though still a big avid fan of Aaron Hunter. Oh, and her Bear series. Oh, God. I remember that. I remember that.
Hi, Sam. What you doing? What's up, dude?
He's like, meh. Oh, God. I forgot I was trying to use that. Oh, dear. Wow. What? Just wow in general, or wow? Something happened. But... mushroom armies. Horses, dragons. Yeah. I'm trying to remember what else could be a potentially good practice. I don't know. I mean, we could possibly pull up freaking... Oh, I know what we can do. You know what? Hold up. Hold up. Let me pull up Sketch Daily. They should have some plants. I need to move. So I'm gonna work on...
Go to Google.
To Google, I say! To Google! Oddly enough, whenever I try to bring up Sketch Daily, like, type it into the bar... It always comes up as a restricted website. However, when I put it into Google, it shows me exactly where it is. I think it's because of whoever owns, like, the original Sketch Daily, like, the actual, what is it called? Domain. The domain, they just were like, no, you can't have this, and then the other people were like, okay. But there is a site that you can use that I always suggest. It's called sketchdaily.net. But you can always type into Google just like Sketch Daily Reference. It is a wonderful website that has over... How many photos does it have? So full body pictures are... There's 2,213. For parts, there's 7... Parts! 702. There are 298 animal photos. 172 structure photos. 44 vegetation photos. And I actually don't know what these are. Oh. Okay. There's also a timer. It's called class mode. So basically you tap on class mode and it will essentially automatically... Oh gods, I'm jumping ahead of myself. So, class mode. What comes with class mode is you get a timer. You can do 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes. You can do basically up to 60 seconds. I would suggest maybe if you're really trying to push yourself, let's do it like 5 minutes. I'll do 5 minutes. Alright, bye there, drywall. Can always look back at this. But we're gonna do 5 minutes. There's photo types, but I'm not gonna mess with that too much. And I will pick my favorite pencil. I highly suggest this website just because it's, you know,
It's called practice.
right. Boop. And then you can kind of cycle through them if you want, or you can just start from wherever. I like to cycle through them till I start with something a little bit simpler to begin with, you know? Just to get started. Which will be this. Because honestly, I've been working on for the past, like, 2 hours I've been working on, like, finalizing a sub-badge idea, which, I mean, we might get to that. We might mess around with that a little bit after all this. Right? We might mess around with that. Just a bit. There we go. I actually like to do these a bit more on paper, just because, especially with like a pen. Oh, that's the best thing you could ever do for yourself if you're somebody who is um, hyper perfectionist. The best thing you can do for yourself to really like force yourself to draw and stop like, oh, I gotta erase this. Oh, this isn't perfect. Therefore, I must get rid of it. Yada yada. Trust me, been there, done that. Not doing it again. Um, the best thing you could ever do for yourself is get some cheap ass construction paper and grab a pen, and not a pencil, a pen, an ink pen that you do not like, and sit here with this website and just draw. That is legitimately the best thing you could ever do for yourself. And the reason why I say an ink pen is simply because you're just going to be sitting there and the entire point of that kind of exercise is to focus on breaking your subject down into base shapes. You're not going to worry about, oh yeah, if it looks perfect or not. Literally just pick out the shapes in your subject.
Pick them apart.
Dissect them with your brain. Do. Go. But sorry, I went quiet there for a moment. I just ran out of dialogue for myself. I'm just like, focus. It's focus, evil, focus, you know? Oh man. There we go. And then it moves on to the next thing. More cacti. This likes cacti, apparently. Huh. I mean, we can draw cacti, that's fine. Cacti is cool. There's like one cactus plant in a 4-hour radius. Here. It's hilarious. I don't understand why, but there is. There is. It exists. Somebody just really wanted a cactus out in the plains, you know? Just really wanted a cactus plant. Actually, I don't really care for that. I really don't. There we go. But yeah, this is a really good website if you're just looking for. I wouldn't say it's good for specific references if you need something, but it is good to train your brain to start looking for shapes and things. Right. Start teaching yourself to relax. Oddly enough, it makes me want to play some No Man's Sky. I haven't tried No Man's Sky in a hot minute since I know they have like a new DLC out right now, but ever since their last update fucked over the entire game, I've just been so like disappointed. I need to make sure that it actually works because I would love to play that during the subathon. The subathon. It starts Sunday, by the way. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. I'm kind of making these a little wibbly wobbly. Wibbly wobbly. They don't necessarily have to connect. I don't know what that message is, but I'll check it out here momentarily. We will check it out. What inspires you to draw? I don't know. I just like to. I've always drawn since I was a kid, so it's just kind of one of those things. At this point, it's something that keeps me in check, you know? It's like an emotional regulator at this point. Train! Very loud train. Jeez. Yeah. But don't get too caught up on how it looks, since we're doing this pretty quickly. There we go. Just gonna kind of lightly mark this in the background. We're out of time. How do you deal with art mentality, like, when you're exhausted? Ooh. Like when you're exhausted. That's a good one. Hold on, let me pause this. Honestly, I just typically, like... That's actually a really good question. Because I get tired of, like, working on projects and stuff, so I'll just sit back and I'll be like, okay, for me, at the very least, I will sit back and I'll just draw, like, literally scribbles and shapes and things to just let go, or I'll just leave it alone for a day. Dear. That's a difficult one. Huh. Or you can sit down and just... I always go back to, like, do a reference. Do a reference study. Draw something, or, like, take a favorite character and draw them in a different style, but don't put too much thought into it. Try and make it fun for you and less of, like, oh, I'm studying to get good or something like that. It's meant to be fun, right? Have your, oh, this is for me a fun study versus this is to learn kind of study. Does that make sense? At all? I don't know if that makes sense. Oh god. Oh dear. Let me use a bigger thing right there. Yeah, it makes sense. I hope it does. I hope it helps a little bit. This fatigue can be... I understand that. Just being like, gods, I do not want to do this. But the important thing is that you come back, right? The worst thing you can do is set a project down or just set the pencil down and not come back. Right. Even if something's frustrating you. I should have picked a different color. That's okay. I'm so used to, like, working in just regular black and white and things like that. That's what I typically do. Do you like your art job? Oh god, this is not a job. Not yet. It's not a job yet. I mean, hopefully by the summer it'll be more of a job. Just because I'm gonna be leaning more into animation and things like that. Doesn't mean I'll stop doing, like, still frames and stuff like that, but that's just something I've always wanted to do, is animation. Like, how's the experience working? I am still learning how to like make an appropriate schedule and to balance like the work art versus personal art. That's been a very rough balance because it's kind of non-existent at this moment. Ugh. But I'm hopefully what I'm trying to teach myself in this upcoming month is that balance. So it's like, okay, the next 5 hours with breaks in between, I'm going to be working on this thing. And then I'm going to take a break. And if I want to draw, I'm going to draw something that's fun for me. Man, I should really watch some of those new Warcraft shorts. They had an Eretor one come out the other day. I need to watch it because they've been using a new style. It's a bit more anime, but not like super modern anime-esque. It's very hyper detailed, and I quite like that. Though I do miss the painted animations. Those were fun. I need to learn who that artist is because I've always wanted to do that style. Like Rise of the Warlords or whatever it's called. I love that series so much. It was one of the few things that got me into playing Warlords of Draenor. Even though I didn't particularly care for the expansion, it was the animated shorts that got me into it. You know? There we are. Yeah. But we're not worrying about spacing, we're not worrying about how it looks. Doing quick little shapes to kind of form our subject here. Because we are on a time limit. At 50 seconds. Nearly have a full page. Cool. Alright, there we go. Let's see what this next one is, if I can squeeze it in. Oh no. Okay, that's a good one to stop on. There we go. Should I work, love, work, oh, the wording. Work, love doing art, or work getting paid more but not loving it? Oh, that's a rough one now, isn't it? Because at some point, if you're drawing for work but you're not actually enjoying what you're doing, if you don't enjoy the project or what have you, whatever it is, you're gonna get burnt out super, super quickly and not want to pick it up. I would have to say that's another one where it's gonna have to be like learning to balance the work art versus personal art or enjoyment art, right? Which is difficult. Very difficult. Oh dear. That one's rough. Unfortunately. But no, we got some scrappy lines. Oh god. Silence. I don't know why TikTok always does that. It be doing stuff.
I need to move my leg.
Alright. Well. I think that's. I think I'll go more in depth on like basics and exercises in the YouTube video. But I think that's gonna be it for that right now. And I think I'm gonna get to work on something else. We'll probably stream for like another 30 minutes if you guys want to stick around. But the next Let's Draw, I don't know what we're gonna do. I was thinking of covering like line of motion and anatomy, or at least not necessarily like hyper correct anatomy, just learning to break down your subjects and the importance of the line of motion. Which, if you don't know what a line of motion is, here, let me show you real quick. Let me show you. Whoop. That. You'll see in a lot of comics, if you are an avid comic reader, that your favorite characters typically follow a very fluid, or at least any good comic artist is going to follow a very similar thing like this. It's gonna look a lot like this, right? You know, your character is gonna follow that line of motion in their movements. So we'll be covering that. I'm not gonna save these, to be honest. These are just all scraps. But yeah. So we'll cover that next time on Thursday. And like I said, I'm working on a video to kind of go over all that stuff. So, yeah. And now it's time for work. And now it is time for the work. Oh, yes. Splendid. Oh, dear. Alright. What is that? I don't know what that is. It's an unusual one. Alright. Hold it. Let me change the music up. We're gonna be going on break here in about a few minutes, but yeah, let's wait. Is that the older album? Okay, here's the newer album. Gotcha. Got it. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Throwing some funny music in the background.
Yeah.
Nice. Alright. Alright, explanation evil is done. Work evil is on. Work evil is on and poppin'. Oh dear. I don't know how people do that, but that was my best attempt. And I'll be going back through that later and just like seeing what works and what doesn't. I need scripts, man. I'm gonna have to write my own script. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I'll try and have this done before tomorrow. Try being the key word, you know. Surprise, surprise, it's a skull. Oh dear. Should make this like way bigger. Ah, it's so choppy. Hold up. Meh. Hold up. Ah, nice and wide. Makes me wonder how I got all that to be so smooth. I'm just like... But... No. Thinking about making like my own little posters to have up in the background for streams. Maybe after next month. Mayhaps. Mayhaps. But it's kind of bland, you know? We don't want these to be too thick of a lines, because, I mean, these lines are already thick out here, so these should be a little slimmer. Just a wee bit. What would I want to do with it? I also need to look up, because there's a way you can change the color of the lines that are pre-existing on a layer. I need to look into how to do that. I know it's fairly easy, I just don't know how to do it yet. Oh dear. Right. It's like I know it exists, I just don't know how to do it. I don't want it to be super thin. Just be nonsensical. Alright. Gonna use a little 15. Kind of fill in these spots right here. Here and there.
I love doing that. Just do 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 do.
Okay. Sorry. And this way.
Yeah.
Just gonna fill this out a little bit more. Now, this isn't as scratchy as most of my drawings are. There's a reason for that, because this is going to be a more official little thing that you guys will be able to get on the channel, if you so desire. I want to have it ready for the morning. Well, actually the afternoon, because depending on how things go tomorrow, I actually have to go into town and get some stuff. I was thinking about making some cookies this weekend, you know? I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it real hard.
Real hard now.
I want this to have more curvature. Do, 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 do. Go. Yep. Just gonna, it still feels very, very off. I know it's like you guys won't be able to see it because it's such a minuscule thing, but to me, I can see it. I can see it. I see everything. God.
I see and know everything. Everything on the canvas.
Yes. Hold up. I'm gonna bump it up to a 10. All right. There. See if that fits in. See if that fits what we want. Boop. Make these lines even thinner. You know what I mean? I don't want your attention to be too drawn to the lines here. There we go. There. Super thin. There. I mean, not terribly thin. This feels very awkward right here, though.
This little spot.
Yeah, it does feel a little awkward, doesn't it? Hold on. Try and fix it. Ah, oh. Thank you, veteran, for the follow there. The Great Crusade. Wouldn't happen to be the Scarlet Crusade, would it? Hmm. And thank you for the gifts. Oh dear. Man, I'm so glad that the Scarlet Crusade is getting recognized as like a villainous group in the game. And ridiculously so. Like even Silverhand kind of looks at them like, we're not associated with those guys! Oh dear. Seriously, I need to watch that series, because they have one for Lady Liadrin and now for Eretor. And, I always butcher her name, and I don't really care that I do so, but at the same time my brain goes, you must care about it. Virsa? Or Visera? I think it's Visera. I think it's Visera. Yeah. Which it feels like they, I was seeing a great deal of discourse on, Visera being present in that animation. And not in the sense of, oh, she shouldn't have been around Eretor, which I'm kind of glad they're filling in the gaps in regards to, like, okay, where was Eretor? How did he get to Azeroth? What is he doing? Da-da-da-da. Who, like, how is he learning to be a paladin? During the time that Illyria and Turelion were away, during the Thousand-Year War. How did this all happen? I'm glad they're filling in the gaps, but I did notice a lot of gruntlement, I guess you could say. I'm just gonna erase it. This line is too wonky right here. It does not belong there. Something here does not belong. There was a great deal of discussion and debate over the timing of when Virsa was in Dalaran to when Arthas attacked Dalaran, which, my god. You have to realize the timeline on poor Dalaran. I forgot that Arthas attacked Dalaran. I forgot that he led a raid on Dalaran. I think it was like, what, right before Archimonde decided to knock over the town, like, basically built a little sandcastle of Dalaran and just started wrecking it. Stomping all over it like a toddler throwing a tantrum. Breaking all the towers and shit and just kicking it over. And meanwhile the mages are like, what the fuck? What did we do to you? Oh god. They had a horrible year that year. It's like, first the Scourge. Well, actually, first our students, of whom we've disavowed and thrown out because they were questioning us, have become necromancers. Then we had the Scourge and the Fallen Prince of Lordaeron on us. And then we had the whole deal with Kael'thas and him basically, I don't think he was part of the Council of Six. I think he was working his way up to be part of the Council of Six. Sorry, I'm going on a nerd tangent here. I think he was working his way up to be part of the Six. I don't know if he actually was a Magister or an Archmage. I don't remember too well. It's been a while since we've covered Kael'thas. So there was the whole Quel'Dorei / Sin'dorei removal from Dalaran, and then you had Archimonde. Like, imagine if that all happened in the span of a month. I'd be done. I'd be like, you know what? I'm taking the tabard off. Fuck this shit, I'm out. I'm out. Peace. Deuces. Y'all can take it. Y'all can have it. Hand my mantle off to whoever. I don't care. I'm going home. This place is cursed. And now it's gone. Forever. Possibly. I don't think Dalaran will ever return. Which is kind of sad because there's a lot of, like, lore to Dalaran, like the Cloud Realms, if anybody remembers those. Or that. The Cloud Realm is really cool. It's like a little pocket dimension. Like a subspace dimension, essentially. Think of it like... Think of the Cloud Dimension like the bag of holding in D&D, if you've ever played D&D or you watched any of the shows and stuff. It's this really weird dimension that kind of just goes. It exists. And you can kind of just shove things into it. And that's how Dalaran works. There's this little dimension that's called the Cloud Realm. Okay. I need to touch that up a little bit. Just a wee bit. There we are. But yeah. I just keep looking and I'm like seeing things that need to be fixed along the way. This is what take my little animation bits on YouTube and TikTok so long. This shit right here. Anywho. That looks good. I like it. Took me a century and a half to get it done. You know, the Legion could reinvade. At a moment's notice with how long it takes me to do this. Oh dear. Okay, anywho. Hi, Miso.
Big stretch.
Ah. Okay. But yeah. There's a lot of disgruntlement in regards to Virsa Windrunner. Especially with her, I cannot remember the children's name. The twins, they start with, their names start, I think one's named Galadron, which that poor child. The twin boys of Ronan. Which I'm sorry, I find it kind of sad that there's no real, like, because the thing is, Ronan was best friends with Corias, or Coriastraz, right? The consort, or the prime consort to Alexstrasza, right? And even Alexstrasza was like, hey, this mage guy, he's kind of cool. He's really nice. Mm.
Hi. What's up? Come on. Up, up.
Hi, Miso. What's up? You just here to meow? He's here to meow. Anywho, I've always been surprised that they never put like another character that was a red dragon close to Virsa, or one of Corias' sons or daughters around her. Because it has been stated, I forget which book it was, but it was stated that Corias was very fond of the boys, and Virsa kind of saw them as one of his own. Because dragons, they pack bond with anything and everything.
What? Do you just want to be loved on? Okay, I pet. Yes, you're a good boy. Oh, yes, I know. Yes, you are a very sweet boy. Mm-hmm. He's like, oh, scratchies. Scratchies! Yes.
With your little meerkat stand. Mm-hmm. You are absolutely ridiculous, you know that? Don't. Okay. Relax. Just chill. Chill, man. Chill. Experience tranquility, my dude. Alright? These lines are so messy, but that's okay.
Super messy.
I don't think people are ready for my ideas on Corias, Alexstrasza, Virsa, and Ronan yet. It might be a little too out there. Oh dear.
Okay, I'll pet you some more. Jeez, so demanding.
The demanding kitty. You are purring like a motor engine right now. I'm thinking tomorrow, we play Stardew Valley or something. Just to kind of chill out before, you know, Thursday. Because I'm not going to be here Friday and Saturday.
More scratchies.
Hey, JJ. Oh, dear. What's up? How's it going?
How's it going, dude?
I don't know if I like this. Colder. I'm happy. It's finally getting cold over there. Nice. Oh, gods. Oh, man. I'm just hoping that this March goes along smoothly. Because March is kind of the tipping point in regards to the weather here, and I'm like, maybe this wasn't a good idea to have a month-long event. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Right, right. Oh dear. Alright. Zoom! Let me thin these lines out. Not super, but you know. We'll add the depth here in a moment. My friend is texting me. Reminds me, we're gonna be playing Doom. I don't know how that's gonna work. Like, what I need for it, or, you know, I don't know how that's gonna go, because I've never played... Like, I actually like Doom, especially the more recent games, you know, from 2016 onward. I really do like watching them, but I've never sat down to play them. And I only have one Doom game that I bought, like, 2 years ago, and I have not touched. Because it was like $4, so I was like, oh, why not? I'll pick up Doom. Yeah, sure. But what if you want to Doom and only have a calculator? Wow, the calculator. Dear gods. Oh, man. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it.
As nerve-wracking as it may be. I just don't want people expecting, like, super, you know, good gameplay. I'm gonna be janky as fuck.
Janky as fuck, bruh.
Okay. I feel like it should be a little wider on this side. Let's see if that works. Or if it's too wonky, too wide. No, that actually works. At least I think it works, you know? Just needs a little bit more shaping, and then it should be good to go. And we'll add the more lines. More lines. More ink. Oh dear. But no, I'm thinking about instead of like hopping on my personal world that I've been streaming as of late, we'll do like a challenge world or something. Because my mom's been showing me all these really neat, like, Minecraft mods and stuff, then I'm like, oh, those are cool. There's a one that's like an SCP facility in like an Alaskan wilderness kind of setting. That was pretty cool. I don't know if I'd actually play that one, especially by myself, considering the mod is super, super out there in regards to how different it is from Bedrock. I think it's all in Java, to be honest. Trent? But another thing I don't really... Another reason why I'm kind of leaning away from doing one of those modded challenges like that is simply because of the Wheel of Doom. Since we're going to be bringing that back for the month. It's like, I don't know.
Wheel of Doom.
Right. Okay, I think that's as good as I'm gonna get it for the time being. I'll probably come back in a year and redo these, but, you know, for now, you know, it is what it is. Why is my Twitch not updating? How much for a spin? I'm gonna keep it pretty low, considering that the subathon is gonna be the entire month, and, like, literally, hold on, let me bring out my... I've got my little booklet here that I've been kind of writing down ideas for the past week. I'm gonna keep the sub goals pretty low in regards to, like, to spin the wheel for days that we have the Wheel of Doom available. I think it's just gonna be like a 5x5 for challenges. Which is why I'm thinking, okay, maybe we should just do like a lightly modded Minecraft playthrough. You know? Like, a few mods.
A little bit.
Just for funsies.
Eh.
And it will be a stackable thing, once again, like if people decide that they want to gift a membership on YouTube or gift subscriptions on Twitch, they will be stackable. In regards to, like, if YouTube meets their goal, they get their spin, Twitch meets their goal, they get the spins stack and the challenges can stack, right? That would be interesting.
I'm gonna spin a little bit.
Alright, once I'm done with, like, the base work on this, not including the little edges and things here, I'm gonna save this because this is gonna be the base drawing for the new badges and stuff. It's like, I'm not gonna do anything super over the top with them, just little things.
Oh, but yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna try and push to finish several games during the subathon, so that way, you know, we can always come back to them later. And I really want to do like a modded Hollow Knight, so I would like to finish Hollow Knight during the subathon. Oh dear god, it's as impossible as that sounds. think that part's done.
Dinos. Let me bump it to 17.
Kind of just keeping everything super round. Rounded. Man, I am damn near convinced to play Planet Zoo. I yearn for the Zoo Tycoon Blue Fang days. I truly do. I miss those so much. Those games used to be so freaking good. Gah! Just gah! I'm gonna look at something real quick. There we go. Alright. Does anybody remember those? Those things were awesome. And then they had the complete edition. Ugh, I love that so much. Because if you spun the world too quickly, it would make all the visitors and like the staff members super sick, and then you just have like guests and staff members just vomiting en masse. And the animals would be completely fine. Oh dear. Then you had your holiday events. Like the flying Santa would throw gift boxes down into the exhibits. All your staff members would have fun little hats and things. You could have special buildings for a short period of time. It would just boost your numbers and boost people's like happiness at your zoo. And then there was the 3D Complete Edition, which was super, super cool. Because that was the one where you could actually go down and walk amongst the guests and stuff, and then they had waterfalls and things that you could make. And you could use the waterways as a physical barrier between the guests and the animals, so long as the animals had no interest to swim. So, you know. Or you can make like a rock barrier to do so. Yeah, the OG Zoo Tycoon was awesome. That's why I've been so hesitant to pick up Planet Zoo, because it's from the same people who make #1 Warhammer and #2, or at least the Warhammer Online edition, and Jurassic Evolution. Which, don't get me wrong, I like Jurassic Evolution, but I'm still not picking up the third game for a while. Not until it's like fully debugged. Fully debugged. Which honestly, I haven't heard too much out of it, to be honest. And it's not like, oh, I've heard bad things. I just haven't heard anything about it since it's released. It's like, no. I haven't seen. I mean, I'm sure there's people who are making content out of it, but it hasn't been recommended to me, oddly enough. And for a while I was looking, but I gave up after a time because it was like, oh, I guess people are not touching it as well until it's like, you know, fixed up. The people yearn for Blue Fang Zoo Tycoon to return. My gods, can you imagine if they threw that on Steam and decided to make like a updated version of the Zoo Tycoon series? They'd make so much fucking money. They really would. how many people would leave Planet Zoo for that would be immense. The Exodus! I feel like that line's a little bit too much. Yeah, it's a little bit too much. I feel like this should be a little slimmer towards the edge, just so it's not like... Because I feel like I need to add more right here. That's what my problem is with that line. So, yes, it looks nice, but it doesn't look good overall. They might at some point, but I doubt it'd be good because they can't do anything good anymore. Ouch. Yeah. Kind of keep it thin to around here. And then curve. One game, and I know I've yapped a lot about it. I'm looking forward to Kimori so much. It comes out in a few days. Well, at least it starts out in early access, which early access always makes me super nervous, but I think this will be good. I think from the last state of play that I saw, that it'll be really good. And I'm not... like, I like some horse games, you know, Red Dead Redemption being one of them. I spent so many hours looking for a tan or buckskin Mustang. Gods, my brain was just like, what's the word again? Yes. But this one, and considering that it's like meant to be like 13th century Mongolia, kind of an interest of mine. That, and it has semi-realistic archery. Hello! That's my kind of thing, right there. I love that. There was a period of time that I did want to try horse archery. I thought it was really neat. I mean, I still do think it's neat. But it takes... Number one, that takes a lot of fucking money, because that's a horse, that's upkeep, that's training. That's a vet. That's a farrier. Girl, we don't got that kind of money. Oh dear. Right. That shit's expensive. But yeah, Kimori looks super good. And I know a lot of people were hesitant to, like, because there was a, I think it was Horse Fest was going on Steam over the weekend. And I actually, hilariously enough, I saw a game that my mom picked up for me when I was like 6, maybe 5 or 6. And I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe this thing still fucking exists. And literally it's all about like fucking it's a combination of barrel racing and hunter jumping and stuff. And then you go through and you pick what kind of horses you want to buy. Oh my gosh, it is a whole... It's a decent game. but it's not super interesting nowadays. Honestly, I would pick it up just to show you guys. Maybe over the summer. But I still cannot believe it's, like, something that's kept up to date and viable to play. That's just insane to me. Sounds like somebody picked the gameplay by throwing darts at a board. Yep. They really did. But I remember playing that as a kid, like, for hours. I probably clocked 1,000 hours in that game just because it was so fun to me at the time. But ironically enough, the primary game for the Horse Fest on Steam, Red Dead Redemption 2, which is accurate. That is the horse game for like the next 5 decades, I think. Oh dear. Oh, unless Kimori takes that, which they have a very strong chance. Because I was watching one of the developers play it. And, I mean, 13th century Mongolia. Mongolians, their entire life surrounds horses. You're gonna have access to, like, so many different subtypes of the Mongolian, like, I hesitate to say pony, but, you know, horse. It looks really good. We'll still never play it until Rockstar stops their shit with the launcher stuff on PC. Oh yeah, that. Yeah. I understand that. Ew. Should I make that a little... Good night. Denser? Okay. I don't know if I should make that line denser or if I should just leave it as is. You know? Hold up, let me pull up a reference. But anywho. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just in it for the archery, man. I'm just here for the archery, dude. There's very few games that actually have decent archery outside of, oh, what's it called? It's the Lord of the Rings game. Fuck. Shadows of Mordor. Yeah.
Shadows of Mordor.
Shadows of Mordor is awesome, though. It truly is. I could make this line thicker, or I could just leave it as is. Oh well. Moving on. Oh, there it is. I bought that game on a whim, not knowing anything about it on launch, and loved it. One of my best game picks. The Shadows of Mordor. Yeah. Okay, so my story about that one is, at the time, I was living with my mom's boyfriend at the time. I was going between my mom's house and then her house, or his house. And he had just gotten a PlayStation 4. I almost said 5. Those didn't exist at the time. But he had just gotten a PlayStation 4, and he had a bunch of games on it, and I was getting into The Witcher, and then playing Bloodborne, and playing Dragon Age Inquisition. And then he picked up Shadows of Mordor, and he didn't like it. just like the other things he didn't like. So he threw it to me and was like, "Here, kid, you try it. You see if you like it." And I adored it so much. Though I will say, they did a petty thing by patenting the Nemesis system, which pisses me off so much now. I'm like, God, there are so many games that could benefit from the Nemesis system. Like, what the fuck do you mean you patented it? Like, yeah, we just decided to patent this really cool thing. Like, what a dick move. And they never use it outside of that. It's like, what the fuck? You just ruined an entire, like, genre of games that could have, like, morally gray characters just because you want to be a dick. Seriously? I don't know if I'll keep that. Nah, I think I'm just gonna leave that to be like a shadowy area. You know. Just leave it to be kind of shadowy. Alright. Then I'll add some scratchy lines. Scratchy lines. Or not. Never mind. I have to remember that those are not gonna matter too much. Okay, I'm gonna save this, and the rest is gonna be a PNG. Okay, okay. There we go. There's the base of it done, which is nice. Okay. But yeah, that game was like right in time with my like that was such a weird time in my life because it was like right between, it really helped me develop my taste for what I liked in stories and in games and what I could tolerate and not tolerate. And then kind of helped shape my personality out a little bit more. Oh dear. Ironically enough, surrounded by morally gray characters. You know, no true good guy or bad guy. This won't have repercussions later on in life. No. Oh dear. I do actually need to go back through and make some of these lines really, really dense. Ah, it'll be fine. Little anarchy never hurt nobody. Games are for kids, right? Nothing bad can come from them. Stares at Twilight Princess silently. Oh dear. I think it was like wasn't it the 50th anniversary? What the fuck kind of name was that? You know what? Never mind. Wasn't it the 50th anniversary of The Legend of Zelda recently? I think it was, because I saw a tribute to Twilight Princess recently, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool! I want to play it. Jeez. And you get games, and the core reason all kids are bad. Nah. Bruh, that just brought up a memory. Like, the frickin' like, in between the release of The Witcher and The Witcher 3 to be exact, Wild Hunt, and then Dragon Age Inquisition, there was this dialogue that was going on here in America of like, we need to ban games because they're making kids more violent. And and like these newscasters and these politicians were so fucking serious. And they would bring up like this, oh, we need to start putting age restrictions on like who can play Call of Duty and da 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 da. And there was a poll that went out, and I forget who it was done by, but basically the majority of the poll was asking like what games people tend to play. Like there was adults versus teenagers versus kids, and it was like both the adults and the teenagers played games where it was choice-based games that typically, when you look at the stats of those games, people lean towards being a good person rather than being an evil overlord. And then you had kids who played Minecraft, or gods forbid, Roblox, which that's on its way out the door, thank the gods. I'm so tired of seeing Roblox. Like, legitimately fucking exhausted of it. There was a kid who went missing about a month ago. They went from Florida to North Carolina to meet up with somebody from Roblox. And they went missing. And Roblox is like, oh, that's not our problem, that's Discord's problem. And then Discord started this whole thing of like, we're gonna have to start age verifying people. And had this sign-on contract with Palantir, which we're not even gonna get into a discussion about them. Creepy fucks. The age restriction verification was supposed to start as of Sunday, I think. So just a few days ago, just to prove the point of how unsafe Discord's, like, how unsafe it is as a program that wants to gather your bio data and stuff, they were hacked. Probably for the 5th time in the last 6 to 7 months, I believe, because they don't want to admit it, but they've been hacked several times. They've had huge data leaks over the last few months. And they were basically testing in certain areas and in certain countries this age restriction. Yeah, all those people's bio data is now for sale, essentially. And they're like, whoops, well, that really has nothing to do with us, which is absolute bullshit. It has everything to do with you because that is you are the owner of this company, of this product. You should be concerned about your consumers' welfare, and like, you don't want to lose your consumers, do you? Oh, it doesn't concern us. And now they're like, well shit, we're losing all the Nitro money. What are we gonna do? I guess we'll back off on the age verification stuff because this is causing all the problems. Is that the 23andMe thing? Oh no, this is separate, even though they did get hacked. And now they have another company that they're trying to collect biodata with now. Which I saw the commercials for that and I was like, is that the 23andMe bitches? Oh my gosh. I thought you guys shut down your company. I know I probably shouldn't have played Spec Ops The Line when I was 13. No, I can't stop thinking about cover and shields. Roblox is still a mess. Yeah, Roblox is just so concerning to me. Like, if gods forbid I ever have offspring, I am never letting them touch Roblox. Ever. If it's still around by that point, you know? Like, ever. That game is just so horrible. Because of how they set it up to be aimed. Like, it attracts kids. Their entire business thing, their entire model is going after kids, but setting those kids up in a space where adults who really should not have access to children have access to children. And that's by design. And it's been that way for over a decade, and it's only come to light because people like the lovely Schlatt, I think his name is Schlatt, or at least his nickname is Schlatt on YouTube. Highly suggest watching his videos. He's a cool kid. I say kid, he's like 23, 24. He's the same age range as I am. He's younger than me, so I call him kid. Oh dear. But this also brings about the discussion. How did we get here? How did we get here? Legitimately, how the fuck did we get to this conversation? But that does bring about the discussion of parents need to actually be regulating their kids. Like, they need to be sitting down and not just shoving a tablet or a phone in their face. Like, yeah, it's schlep, not schlatt. I was thinking, for some reason I kept thinking schlatt. It's schlep. But we need to start, like, actually coming down on parents and, yeah, be judgmental to parents of like, hey, you can't shove an iPad or a phone in your kid's face and expect them not to get into like some serious trouble, you know? I just think, and this is coming from somebody who wasn't allowed to have a phone until I was like 16, 17, you know? Though I still did play like MMO RPGs and stuff, but it was regulated, you know? My mom didn't let me wild off. But then again, I'm a weird kid. Or I was a weird kid. I had no interest in talking to people, so... I was the weird kid, okay? I was happy playing World of Warcraft by myself. Like, that was me. I was happy just getting herbs and things and playing the market. But not every kid is like that. Not every kid is an autistic, introverted, freak of nature, alright? Some are very outgoing, you know? You've had that talk with the cousins about not doing the tablet thing, yeah. Well, I'm like 6 years younger than them. Yeah. I can't scroll up in the chat for whatever reason. There we go. Will play games with me until I can trust them to make good decisions. Yeah, that's what my mom did, actually, ironically enough. Like, the first public game that I ever played where it was like a public lobby was Perfect World, and eventually it became Perfect World International because it was an Asian game originally. And my mom had made a guild, and she basically had only people that she was, like, friends with back when she lived on bases and stuff. Literally people that she had made friends with when she was a kid. And I would hang out with them. Right? So basically family friends. Until eventually it was like, okay, you can do whatever now. Kind of scared the crap out of my one cousin. It was funny afterwards. But that's the thing. We, like... Seriously, I feel like there should be, at least, and this is my personal opinion, I'm just an internet personality, I guess you could say, and whatever. I feel like there should be classes before you decide to either A, adopt, or B, have a child of your own biologically. There should be classes that you sit down and you legitimately have to go through, like, all the horrible shit. And not just like, oh, ooh, the medical things. No, you need to sit down and be like, okay, this is a kid that this is basically a tiny human being that you're trying to get to adulthood. And your job is to not protect them from the world, but to give them the tools to protect themselves and to thrive. You don't want to smother them, you know? Because if you start trying to smother them, they're going to get sneaky. Right? And they're going to hurt themselves being sneaky. It's a very fine line, but you can do it. It's plausible. But yeah, 100%. Basic internet safety. Like, especially nowadays, I feel like I'm constantly slamming my head into a wall every time I see, especially here in the States, when a senator or a congressperson is like, we need to put restrictions, age restrictions on this stuff. And I'm like, where are the parents? Are parents not putting the parental restrictions that come on every single device in America, every single device in the fucking world that they have automatically. Like my phone right now, I could go to the parental restrictions on it. On the work computers at the former place I used to work at, I had to put on parental restrictions on those for the employees. On the fucking television they have, I have parental restrictions on that so the guests don't turn on Fox News. God, what? It's like, this exists and has existed since the fucking 90s. Why aren't you using it? Like, I'm sorry. The internet is not for kids, and it should never be for kids, and your kids should not be allowed on it unmonitored. Point blank. Like, we as a species are just too fucking weird and wild to have, like, this huge, unregulated space, and to suddenly heavily restricted just for a small group of people who don't really give a shit about their offspring. You know? It's like, I'm sorry, no. Also, hold on, I'm gonna shut up for a few minutes. Because the ads are rolling. Oh dear. Ads are rolling. I should probably fill these in. I need to look up how to change the color of pre-existing lines, because I want to make these like a nice brownish coppery tone, you know? Oh dear. Alright. About 2 minutes. Okay. I can get this done in 2 minutes, hopefully. God, I love the soundtrack so much. Okay. It's coming along. I need to get this segment, the little spaces in there done. This top section needs to be thicker. The reason why I'm thickening out the lines, these are eventually going to be badges for you guys on Twitch and YouTube for you to have. You'll see them pop up by your name on stream. But the reason why I'm making these lines so thick is so it stands out a little bit more against the chat. Now, it's not going to remain this color. It's actually going to be like a rich brown or like a light brown. New badge! Yeah, this is the base sketch for the badge. I have got my list right here of like the different... So this is the base model, essentially. And I'm just going to be changing the color, and then when we get to the later badges, like the 3-month to 6-month badge, that's when little things, you know, pop up. It'll look fancier. But trying to keep it simple, but also freshen it up, because I've been meaning to do this forever and a day now. Okay, but now that we're back from the ads, yeah, it grinds my gears to see these things happening and to constantly have to, like, I myself will call into, like, my Congress, or, like, my congressman, my representative, and be like, hey, this is a really dumb idea. Don't vote for this. Or I'll call up MasterCard when they were doing that whole shit with, oh yeah, we're gonna be blocking payments and shutting down people's bank accounts if they do these things. It's like, you can go fuck yourselves. Because, number one, that's where you get most of your money from, you dipshits. The EU... And now it's the EU is doing something about it.
Hi.
Parents have failed already so bad that the government needs to step in. Which... It's such a... Here's the deal. Here's the deal. I'm not dense. I'm not naive. This whole this whole overreach, and let's call it what it is. It is an overreach. It's an attempt at surveillance, essentially, and intimidation. So, like, let's be real. That's what's happening with all this shit. It's like, okay, no. Because MasterCard and Visa is massive US companies, yeah. Another problem is they've been unchecked for so long that they think they can get away with this shit scotch-free, and it's like, I think it's time for a challenger in the market. Like, I would love to see, like, if Steam had a brand, well, not necessarily Steam. I would love to see, like, an independent group make a Discord-esque service for free. And maybe have, like, a service that's like $1 a month that you use special stickers or something, and that's how they keep the servers up and running. Is like having little extra things that are kind of cute or what have you, because I know people would love that. But it's like, okay, we don't contract out to the DOJ, something like that. I mean, it would be difficult to keep it free. That's the problem. Because how are you going to keep it up, and how are you going to keep from, like, getting it shut down by another company like Discord who could say, oh, you're stealing our idea, we're going to take you to court, blah, 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 blah. You know, that there is that problem. That is a issue. Has to be paid, because otherwise you're taking venture capital money. And that comes with massive strings, yeah. And that's the problem. Because then you're really... The problem with having paid services like that, especially if it's an exorbitant amount, especially in the US, I don't know about anywhere else in the world, but people are, like, feeling the hurt right now from recent events. And it's not really, even like a small $3 to $5 thing is an exorbitant amount to some people. You know, you got to consider rent and groceries and bills, especially if you have a data center nearby, right? There's all these concerns. It's just something to be cognizant of. As much as it sucks. And that's the problems we have at the moment. But yeah, I seriously think Schlep needs to be part of, like, a parent program where he showcases his videos and shows people how easy it is to gain access to their kids through Roblox. I wonder if Louisiana finally went through with the banning of Roblox. I'm sure you could probably get by it with a VPN, but I wonder if they were serious about that. Because there's quite a few states that were like, okay, we're going to start banning Roblox now. I should probably make this bigger. Now that I look at it, I'm like, nobody's gonna see that. I need to make this a bit more substantial. We've been in a recession for the past 9 to 10 years. It's been bad for a while. Yeah. Which, gods, it's so weird for me to sit here and think about, because I've known nothing but financial hardships since I was a kid. You know, I'm 25. It's like, where the fuck are these good times that people are reminiscing about? What the fuck is that? And don't get me wrong, I'm grateful to have a place to stay and like all that stuff, but it's like, what the fuck? You know? Like, even when I had a damn near full-time job, it was still fucking just difficult to get shit done and paid for. It's like, really? Really? But yeah. Hi, Miso. What are you doing? He's screaming. That's what he's doing. Hey, leave it alone. I know I need to patch that up tomorrow. Leave it alone. There's a segment of the house, like, there's this dividing wall between my room and my mom's room, because my mom's room used to be a garage that was then turned into a bedroom and then a washroom, right? And there's this really awkward dividing wall. And on the outside, there's a hole underneath the house that's in between the dividing wall. And there is a skunk that takes refuge there. That Miso has been trying to flirt with for the past year. You are the opposite of Pepe Le Pew. You know that? You're Pepe Le Chat. I need to remember that the skull splints are very jagged. They're not soft. He's not a smooth operator, I'm assuming. Yeah, the way to tell that a female skunk has rejected a potential suitor is, they release a especially foul-smelling, pheromone. It's worse than a regular skunk smell. It's actually meant to wound the male skunk. Like, really make him hurt. It does nothing to Miso. That one night, she sprayed so much it gave me a migraine that lasted for several days that not even Qulipta could cure and or prevent. I was in pain. Oh god, I was so nauseous for several days. It's like, Miso, why? I banned him from my room from that point until she left. It's like, are you serious, my dude? At this point, that skunk needs to be rehomed. Yeah. I'm sorry if you're looking at those. They're really small. I need to, like, upsize these. I don't know why I'm making them so small. It's just my brain going into, like, regular illustration mode, I guess. Alright, how about you just sit back at, like, 100, and then... Oh yeah, exciting news. I have new neighbors now. Yay! I have no idea what they're like, because they just moved in today. So typically move-in days are like super loud, you know? Everybody's getting their furniture and stuff and trying to organize things. I don't know if they're crackheads! I don't know. I didn't get a good vibe. I think they've got a cat. I think. Or a very small dog that doesn't listen. Which, I don't know how that's gonna go. I just... I was kind of enjoying the peace and quiet. Granted, we do have neighbors at the crack house once more, because they started renting it out again. But those people are actually very, very quiet, which I've been thankful for. Now, they do have cats that they let out, which has been quite annoying, because they'll spray around the house, which gets the boys going. You know, tributes to Miso being a screamy little shit. A screamy little shit. Of whom I love, but my gods, him screaming at 3 in the morning when I'm trying to get some sleep has been awful. Though, then again, my sleep schedule has actually improved a great deal. I have, like, my body forces me to go to sleep by at least 2:30 now. Like, literally, I will just... out. I have been grateful for that. So, but we'll see. I'm giving it till Friday to get a good vibe on them. Simply because we have some storms starting to roll in Friday. Nothing too bad. It seems like it's just going to be a few thunderstorms, so nothing to worry about. So we'll see how they react to that. You know, the best way to get a gauge on somebody's personality in regards to whether or not they are crackheads is seriously just waiting for a good thunderstorm to roll in. I know that sounds crazy, but trust me. Trust. Yeah. I've missed 2 few past streams just because you start streaming at midnight my time and I'm in bed by then. Yeah. Unfortunately. Oh dear. Oh shoot, I was gonna look up that thing. Hold up, let me look it up real quick. Let me go to Google. Google. Google is your friend. Studio Paint. How to change color of a layer. Okay, this is the one I want to change? Yes. Use the layer property palette. Layer property palette? Layer settings. BRB. Okay, I'm gonna figure this out real quick. Layer mask? Tone color balance. I don't think that's what I'm looking for. Hold on. Let me go over here. Convert. Layer order. I mean, I need to learn this eventually. Wait, hold on. There's a better thing here. Hold on. Reddit to the rescue! Be the magic wand tool? Get down, sir! Thank you. Okay. Let's go to edit. Convert to drawing color. What? No, not that. Tonal correction. I don't think that's it. Colorize. Huh. There's a way to do this. I don't think that's it. I haven't. What's this made? Hold on. There's been a few updates since then. The layer is a blue. Dear gods. I mean, if I have to leave it as such, it'll be fine. I just kind of want to make it fancy, you know? I just want to create, like, make it look fancier than what it is. What's this? Says reference layer? No. Should be something here. I just don't think it's that, like, we could try? Ooh. Oh no. God. We're gonna be very pink. No. Yeah, I don't think that's it. I really don't think that's it. Here, hold up. Ugh, God, I gotta finish up stream here shortly. It's getting to be late. Sadly. I'll be back tomorrow. Well, later today, technically. I don't know what time, because I'm probably gonna make a run to the store. I don't know. Make a run to the store. Okay. Yeah. I want to pick up some coffee creamer and then get some stuff for making some snacks over the weekend to be ready for the subathon. Meh. Meh. The snacks. Actually, tomorrow I need to... There's quite a few things I need to do tomorrow. I need to make some more, English muffins for my mom and her work. Which, let me tell you, that's been a lifesaver for, like, getting her out the door and everything. You know, it's just like, okay, here you go. You know. They're cheap and easy to make. Super easy to add, like, different flavors to. You know, the last batch I made was, cinnamon and brown sugar. You know, I just folded the brown... Instead of, like, letting it rise into the dough with, like, regular sugar and stuff, I just folded it in. Just folded the brown sugar in. Oh, dear. that looks good. There's a little bit of runoff right here we don't need. A little runoff right here. I'm looking for any bald spots. Bald spots! Right there, I see some. There you go. Yeah, we don't want that popping up and it being see-through on stream, you know? No siree. To be nice and contained and looking good. Alright. So I think that's where I'm going to stop stream because it's getting pretty late and it's almost 1 in the morning. So thank you guys for joining me. Like I said earlier, next Let's Draw we're going to be working on line of action and just how to break down like anatomies and studying and stuff like that. So if you're interested in that, I'll be back Thursday probably in the afternoon. Hopefully. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye!